Hello, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. If you live in the Northern Hemisphere, I hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. I am rounding out my evening on Thanksgiving, and tomorrow is my 50th birthday. So depending when you see this, if I air it tomorrow, it'll be my birthday today, November 29th, or if I air it tonight, it'll be tomorrow. And I just got in the mood to do another reading today because I came across some of my favorite decks that were in a box that was packed away, and I absolutely adore these cards, and I love the messages and everything that just is entailed in them. They're so warm and rich. And I remember seeing this compassion for others, and this the key is within your grasp, because it reminded me of a verse from The Secret that says, every night before you go to sleep, give sincere thanks for your day, then intend your next day to be joyous, effortless, and wonderful. On waking in the morning, when we confirm our intention that our day is going to be magnificent, we're creating every one of our days like that. If we don't intend a day in advance, then we're handing it over to whims and energies of mass consciousness. Don't put your day in the hands of others. Create your own magnificent day. And this deck reminded me of that, because it really is, we are our major influencers on our mood. We choose our mood, and we feed our mood through our thoughts. So if we decide, I feel good, this is going to be great, this is going to be interesting, I have passion towards this project, whatever, it's going to be great. And we can snap out of little things. Like I just separated all of these beads because I have some projects and pieces due. And I want to thank you guys for visiting my Etsy store and ordering my pieces. I just made this tonight. I take such pride in my work, and I spend a lot of time designing and making sure everything fits comfortably, and I use really, really high-end, beautiful crystals and everything. So I separated everything, all the blues for these bracelets that I was making, and the cat jumped on it at the wrong angle, and this box fits 15 different sections, and she flipped the entire thing over. And I had spent a long time organizing it and getting everything in the right compartment. And so for about 15 minutes, everything in my body got tight. So everyone who came in the room to talk to me was like, what's the matter? Right away they could tell, because normally I'm very relaxed and in a good mood. But for whatever reason, that started to bother me, because I thought, great, now I'm going to be spending my birthday separating, sorting, doing all this stuff, because I created this calendar in my head to be done at a certain time. And I said, why do you think just because that was on a schedule that you'd like to do that you have to do it? You don't have to work straight through your birthday making these pieces and organizing all of this. And also it's Black Friday as well, which is like crazy town in USA. Like I feel like you can't really go to shops and restaurants because everybody's out there in like full hog craziness. So let me provide some crystals for choice on this one too. Yeah, so I was like, you know what, just choose a better mood and snap out of it, and everything will be all right. And then I was like, go make a video. I always get in a good mood when I'm making a video for you guys. I connect with your energy right away. I think of all your hilarious, warm, and comforting comments, and just the fact that we're all this beautiful collective, and we can cheer ourselves up and each other anytime. That's why I suggest, and please take my suggestion to come see me on Instagram. It's Sparkwist11. I do daily posts and memes, and anyone who DMs me, I answer them. I connect with them. That's why I use that social platform. I love to see what you guys are up to. If you have questions about crystals, whatever, anything in the esoteric, anything that has to do with tarot, I'm so happy to connect with you and be able to chat with you guys. And that, that creates a modicum of privacy over on the DM, so you guys can bring up issues, that you may not want on blast, things like that. So come see me. I really love that as a vehicle to connect with you guys. It's really great. I can't believe I waited so long to do that. So anyway, tonight's meeting is just going to be about what does Spirit really want to connect with you, want you to know what's going on, whatever it has to do with whatever is coming in. I'm going to sort of bring that up, because I feel like there's all different kind of notions, ideas, and things swirling around that have to do with work, career, school, love, everything. And I want this to kind of be a blanket reading for the different energies, because I feel like I was just thinking about this with my birthday, just one day away. I was thinking, what kind of changes do I want to make? I'm seeing it as a new moon kind of spectrum. And one was to, really do what I just did a moment ago, choose my mood and move a muscle and change a thought and get myself back in a good mood. It's not the end of the world just because, a project that took a while just got, blown to the heavens by one of the cats. It's like, I can re-be this. I can do this while I'm watching YouTube, listen to my favorite readers. And it is actually therapeutic. So when I thought about it that way, I started to feel better. And that's also how this beautiful necklace came about, this fluorite necklace, because when she flipped all the blue beads, the blues mixed with the greens and the grays and the agates. And I was like, and the beautiful like opalescent beads, and I was like, that looks so great. So this actually came about, within the chaos. So I was like, it just gave me an idea, and I thought, instead of being angry or whatever, be thankful, be happy that you have all these beautiful things to create with. And that's kind of where we make our choice. So again, remember, every night before you go to sleep, give that sincere thanks. I'm so thankful for you guys. You guys bring me so much joy. You make my job effortless and wonderful and fun. And there's nothing else I would rather do. Honest to goodness, there's nothing else that could bring me as much joy as making these videos, connecting, doing private reads, designing jewelry pieces. This is the best year of my life. It really, really is, after giving birth to my kids, within the first year of each of their lives, because it's such a special time. This is my absolute best, most fulfilling year I've ever had in my life. And I want to thank you guys for that. So I don't want to get overly sentimental, because I'm seeing all these beautiful things on the news. It's making me cry. I just want to, if this doesn't touch your heart, then you must be a corpse. There's this woman in Texas, and she was saving to go to college. So she was walking several hours back and forth to work every day. And when this couple found out, and of course this was in Texas, because everybody from Texas is awesome. Texas does have the biggest hearts. This couple found out about this, and they literally, it was either today or yesterday, went out and bought this waitress a car and just dropped it off and gave her the keys to it. And I was like, I love stories like that so much, because some people do really struggle. They're single mothers. They're people, they want to go to school. There's so many aspects, of humanity that can come out and really help somebody out in a huge way with very little effort. And I remember I was able to do something like that years back. I met this awesome woman, and then she was like, do you need help cleaning your house? And I was like, hell yeah, my house is always crazy. So she started helping me clean my house. And then I remember when I got my new car, I gave her my family van, because I didn't need double vehicles. And like, that obviously changed a portion of her life, to be able to, because she had 3 children, to be able to then have a good, sturdy, reliable vehicle. And, to be able to have that impact, that's one of the reasons I always feel like, never be ashamed when you have abundance, because some people think money is awful. It really isn't. It gives you choices to travel, to learn, to share. And when you have more and you collect more, you can then, give back and be philanthropic and be generous and all of that, and just have that beautiful flow and ease of money and finances coming in and out of your life. Okay, enough of that, because I just feel so sentimental. After reading that, I was like tearing up. I love things like that so much. So we have 3 choices today. We have liberation, free yourself, and I also have blue agates, and then beautiful aqua aqua quartz in there with just like little crystals and things. And I love these stretch bracelets. It's really heavy duty elastic, so it just like pops right on. I love that. Like, look how fast these go on. These are such a dream. You're getting ready and you're like, boom, and then you just push them together and you're like done, and they never squeeze. It's the elastic is perfect, and I love these. And I oftentimes feel like I want a certain stone for readings too, and I just slide one on, like lapis lazuli, something like that. Very, very helpful. So next is Ubuntu. I love this, compassion for others. And the next, if you come see me on Instagram, I'll put my old posting up of what this means. There's a tribe in Africa that when somebody does something wrong or illegal, instead of punishing them, they have the tribe member sit in the center, and everyone shares a story of why they love this person or what this person has done good in their life. And it kind of revitalizes their hope in each other. And instead of, a punishing thing, it's a healing thing. I love that so much. I'm literally going to start crying. I remember when I saw that, I was like, I feel like so sentimental tonight. I don't know what's going on. Like, Thanksgiving just throws me for a ringer, honest to goodness. So comment down below too, if you just got had a sentimental moment at your dinner table or in your family today. I just feel like all of a sudden it brings up memories. It brings up everything, and just why we're here and to help each other. And it's so lovely. Unbelievable. So number 3 is doable. The key is within your grasp. It always is. It's within our grasp to change our minds, our attitudes for the better, to be forgiving, to be healing, to be light, to be a beacon for other people. Whatever we choose in terms of good, and it brings our vibration and is healing as well. And with there we have a lovely brass hamsa, and I love this. It's the perfect size for an amulet, and I love this kind of just beautiful brass thing. I love this with a white or gray t-shirt. It looks so cute. So we're going to begin, and I'm going to try to stop crying about everything in sight, and then I'm going to choose 2 cards from here. I love that liberation. I feel if you chose number 1 right away, I feel like you're at a crossroads where you're deciding you're going to free yourself from old behaviors that just don't serve you anymore. People, places, and things that are heavy, that kind of bind you, that are, anything that's like tormenting, anything that's, woeful, that brings yearning, that brings haughtiness, that brings, depravity, that brings chauvinism, any of those things, arrogance, anguish, things that just pop in every once in a while when our ego starts like hammering at us, right? You're just going to go, no, 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 no. I know how to catch that and to change that. Lovely. So you have Lady Spring. Oh, I love that. And alchemy. So what's going to be happening is you are going to have the perfect mix and measure of what needs to be done to make these changes and to make yourself feel good. A lot of time, it's something that motivates us, right? A lot of people like to be motivated by a little treat or surprise. I'll do that for myself too. I'm like, listen, if you do this, you just finish this, and I'll start to think of something that gets me in a good mood. Like you can have a mini Reese's peanut butter cup with like a cup of coffee, or you can get some new oils and paints, or go browse at this, or do this and that. I'm thinking of the next thing that's going to motivate me for this change. For me, it's sometimes motivation for the physical, to get to the gym, to really stretch, make myself feel better physically, because when I'm creative, usually most of the stuff I'm doing, I'm sitting down, and I've got like the lights and cameras, or I have all my paints and or my beads and stuff. It's pretty sedentary. So I'm like, it's hard for me to sometimes go motivate and go out and do these things. So I feel like whatever the atmosphere you have to create for success, you're going to be able to do that. The right timing, you'll have other people help you to motivate you, bring you along on the journey with them, whether it is for fitness, whether it is for artistry, learning, whatever education. You'll take a class with somebody that's really going to come in and like emulsify this gorgeous kind of energy to want to bring you there. And you're going to be able to have really motivating circumstances with momentous change because of that. You're going to have like a little tribes person that's going to help you out. Somebody on YouTube you're going to listen to that motivates you in the right direction. Knowing when you take these tiny steps, they do not have to be huge wins. You don't have to all of a sudden, have great understanding of something or be the most physical fit person, all of that. Just small, thoughtful steps towards this beautiful, aligned future with yourself. Your body knows. It's funny how our body will give ourselves clues, like if we're tense and we're not looking forward to something, we can get like those neck spasms or tightness or that pulse or tick under your eye or just something that tightens up. And then we have to ask ourselves, is this really real? Is this really that hard? Is this that tough to get through, like whether it's a job interview or something. Some people are like, we have to be careful of the words we choose for ourselves. If we say things like, that's terrified, I'm scared, this and that, our brain believes us, our body then reacts. We get a tight stomach, we get an upset stomach, we get nerves and all of that. So instead say, this is a piece of cake. This is a walk in the park. I can do this with ease. This is a moment in time, okay? By using the right phrases to yourself and calming yourself and redirecting your energy, that everything is simple and, it just kind of flows, right? Think of things as being festive and fun. Don't get over dramatic about anything. Don't use words that are harmful or cause fear or detriment to your health. And so many people do that, right? I was devastated. I was dying of hunger. I was this and that. We use all these dire, dramatic words, and it's simply not true, yet our brain believes it. That's why people get so depressed and tired, because they're constantly talking about that, saying things that promote that and bringing it upon themselves. So say, I feel absolutely fine. I feel like I'm healing. I feel like I'm appealing. I got this. I feel really good. I feel tranquil, rested, all of that. You're going to be using that and create this beautiful alchemy within yourself, both mental, spiritual, and physical, that you're going to feel really aligned, and you're going to feel like Lady Spring, like you're calling in, you're the Pied Piper. People, animals, everything is going to start to be attracted to you. You're about vitality, growth, and like robust, beautiful, passion about life, a very pleasing personality. You're kind of going to be like this enchanted individual where people are just like, wow, it's such a wistful, lovely kind of full energy. Like, I'm protected. I feel good. I'm not worried about this. No callous, heavy energy. And you're not censoring other people or yourself. You're not providing angst or problems, or everything's alarming and everything's dramatic. That's so draining. If you put on any of like hip hop in Atlanta, I don't think that any of them ever go to one event where somebody legit doesn't just throw down and want to fight, but the screaming and the constant fighting, everybody is always yelling. It's so tense. I always think that has to be so bad for them internally in their nervous system to constantly be in that cortisol level of being ready to fight, ready to just have a screaming match, all of that anxiety and drama. You're so away from that. You find peaceful things satisfying. You find growth satisfying. You find, beautiful interactions with other people, beautiful and free. So let's also see what your main card is. Temperance. See this beautiful balance. You're feeling good. You're feeling like you're going to make modifications where you have to. If anything's a little too much, like overspending, anything that starts with the word over, you're going to sort of modify. Overeating, overspending, overthinking. That's a huge one, right? Overthinking. We can talk ourselves out of the best ideas ever. And I do believe, I've listened to this author and I love her. I forget her name right now, but I'll post her on Instagram after, because it was a game changer for me when I saw this, and it was the 5-second rule. And she was literally over drinking. They had success in certain restaurants, and then they were kind of, let's make a franchise. All these people breathing into it. So they then did that. And then what happened was they were overstretched and everything started to go to hell. They went into debt. She started drinking. Her husband started drinking. She had all these problems. And then all of a sudden, one day she just woke up and she was like, she said, I'm going to follow this 5-second rule where I'm going to listen to myself. And she said, get out of bed. And all of a sudden she just made herself do it before she could think why she should stay in bed or why she should have to go outside and go for a walk. And then she'd just do it. As soon as she knew it was something good, she'd say it out loud to herself, get in your car, and go get some healthy food, not overthinking it, not getting in that perpetual kind of sludge, that depression and disappointment bring upon people, where you can get yourself out of that in a virtual second by doing something good, moving a muscle and changing a thought. And that's what I have to do. Like when after the cat went ballistic and spilled everything, I thought I could really spiral and get mad and be like, this is hours worth of work. Or I could simply be like, she's a cat, she doesn't know. And you like sorting and separating and using these. And because of that, you saw this color pattern and created this necklace, so I was like those things. And then I started to feel better. And then, I started to look up some great things and get really kind of, contented and happy about my life again and calm down. So that's what's going to happen with you. Temperance is your key word. You're not going to get upset. You're going to stay motivated. Nobody's going to distract you. Low vibration, gossip, petty drama is not something you're part of. You're mixing the right everything with physical, mental, and spiritual, and you're really feeling good, in balance, aligned, and you're going to see these successes because you're realizing they don't have to be the gigantic ones. They don't have to be enormous and braggadocio. It's simply, hey, I got up and I did this thing that I didn't do before. I took time, it took focus, and I'm proud of myself for doing it. And we do that daily, little by little, and it makes enormous life change. So beautiful energy, group one. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below. And anything else, my Etsy store with all these jewels. Thank you to my new patron that just joined today. Welcome, and much appreciated. Thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. All my patrons, they help me get new decks and equipment. It's so appreciated. I can't tell you guys, I really value your support. So beautiful, group one. I love that. Now we're on to Ubuntu. So compassion for others. Right away, when we have compassion for others, we have compassion for ourselves. Like I'll do this for myself. I'll see one of my kids suffering or something's going on. Hagen had a throat thing. It's still going on. So when you really have compassion and you then have patience for that situation, you then have that for yourself too. When you're like, hey, think how wonderful and supporting you are to people that you love when they are feeling unwell or they're having a challenging moment. Why don't we do that for ourselves? Instead, we turn on ourselves and we get hard and harsher. Like, why are you so lazy? Why are you so unmotivated? Why are you so whatever? Why do we do that to ourselves? We wouldn't say that to our friends. We wouldn't say that to our children. So why do we say that? When we have compassion for others, we then switch on that one for ourselves too, which means we can be more gentle. We can slow down. We can be aware of what's going on. Make the choices we want to make as opposed to going with the flow. Remember, setting that intention before we go to bed, so we have the conscious choices being made, not the big, just going with the flow of everything and then regretting because we lost opportunities or whatever, right? This is really about getting up and adoring your life, having pride in what you're doing because you're able to focus. This sinking ship too, I love this too. This is a warning that you're going to be able to see problems before they arise. I love that. That's one of my favorite cards. This is, you have those lifeboats ready. You'll see if, say, you go into a job interview or something and you notice that something is off or something isn't right. Something is, akimbo to some... I don't know how I got like the blank card for the deck. So what is this one? Okay, so calendar. Okay, so this is saying that you are going to have your fine-tuned antennas up where you're going to see a losing bet. You're going to see it in advance. It's like your intuition's going to be on fire. So if someone's like, hey, do you want to invest in this or this or that? When you really give it a thought and you listen to your intuition, you're going to be able to avoid that sinking ship or help other people by getting lifeboats and going, this isn't a good deal. That overindulging, whatever it is, you're going to have your third eye intact and that beautiful intuition that's going to help you. And the dragon, you're going to be in a very protective phase of other people too, where this is a good dragon, where you come out and you're like, I'm not putting up with this anymore. Whether it's like oppressive atmosphere at work, in your home, with friendships, school, something like that, the dragon comes out like the phoenix. Like, listen, I have wings. I can fly away from this whenever I want. I can blaze this thing to the ground. I am not beholden to anyone or anything that does not make me feel great, make me feel like I'm ready for growth, makes me feel like, I'm a captivating, wonderful, attractive individual, because you really are. And it's one of those things that so many people accept these meager offerings, these paltry, sad, kind of like, it's almost like passive aggressive personalities around them, and not anymore. The dragon comes out and notices that and just goes, no, I will raise all this stuff to the ground. This is not the life I want. I'm not settling. I don't want dull. I don't want, all these reproaches. I don't want shallowness. I don't want stingy people. I don't want trivial, uncaring, unforgiving, unworthy, vile people around. And that's it. Blaze it out. And then here you go. You start with all the fundamentals. I want people that want to collaborate, that, are in accord with my thinking, that that are loving, caring, thoughtful, tranquil as well, and give you some vitality and help in your life, because you have some big event coming up. The calendar shows that something huge is coming up for you. A lot of you guys, it's soulmates. A lot of you guys, it's a brand new job. A lot of you guys venturing out into your own companies and being very successful. Calendars is bringing in like a magic time for you. This is the successful date of something. Maybe some engagements, maybe some of you having children, some big life switches, momentous change in your life. So let's see what your overarching energy is. Queen of Swords. So I'm loving this decisive, smart action, being on top of things, having people being respectful, falling in line when you need it, people being supportive, listening to you. You feel on top of your game. You feel like you really have it together in a really beautiful way. Any ambitions are going to be recognized. You're going to have this kind of dazzling personality because you're so decisive. You're generous at the same time, but you can take care of any of those things that need, and you just have really smart rationale. You're very sociable, but pleasing to be around. I feel like there's going to be some enthralling, kind of tempting energy around you, just very enigmatic, congenial. You just have robust spirit at this time, where you're very giving, and you're giving off this energy that has the potential to change your life in a lot of ways, bringing in your soulmate, bringing in, that high vibration, bringing in the dream job, that contract, whatever it is that you want. Aces all around, because you're just positioned beautifully. And I love that. You're watching out for pitfalls. You have substantial wins coming up, and you know who you are, and you're at peace with that, and it's going to work really beautiful for you. And I'm loving that. Beautiful energy, group 2. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. And all my linkazoids are down below if you need a private read, if you want to go to my Etsy store and check out all the goodies. I have these listed right after I made them. The dragon, you're going to be standing up for yourself and other people. And that's going to impress people too, because you're not going to suffer any fools. You're just going to be like, this is how it goes. Okay, that's unsuitable for this. See you later. You're just really going to be decisive, smart, and life is going to just kind of like flow beautifully without a lot of conflict at this time for you. So I love that. Again, it's due to a lot of compassion for yourself and others. And, you just feel at ease with the world. So beautiful. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. Love it. So now we're on to number 3, which is doable, and the Hamsa. The key is within your grasp. I love that. I love that key. It's right there too. And you know what? It always is. When we think about it, we're responsible for our lives. We're responsible for our moods, how we act, react, overreact, respond, move through the world. And when we decide we're not in a hurry, we're not here to prove anything to other people. We certainly don't need to please. We don't need to do favors for others to have people like us. We need to stand in our own true power, but also be thoughtful and kind in that same regard. It's one of those things where you can be agreeable, but you don't have to condemn others out loud. You don't have to be judgmental. That always starts skirmishes. Like I said, on every single one of those reality shows, every beef starts with somebody saying something bad about somebody else. And most of the time it ends up being false, and then stuff ends up being really crazy. I've noticed that with a lot of YouTubers and in the beauty community and some other places. Everybody's always apologizing because they jump on some kind of bandwagon, something happens, there's some kind of beef, and then the real receipts come up and proof is, in the pudding and all these things. And then everybody's apologizing, and or they end up looking silly because they're not quite sure, they don't have all the facts. So it's one of those things where you're not even playing that game. You're not into it. So let's see what is coming up for you. So treasure, right away I was feeling that you were going to have some money inheritance or something. You're also going to be reading something that is a life changer for you. It's a game changer. It takes your focus in a new direction where you kind of knew about this stuff. And I feel like this pertains to spirituality. It's something that you'll hear. I call it the Book of Destiny, but it's basically the word of destiny. Some speaker, some book, some notion in there is going to change your philosophy on something that is a real huge game changer for you. It's going to simplify your life, and it's going to amplify the things that are good. It is that simple notion, that you're worthy, that you have value, and it's going to help you recognize it. The terminology is just going to be phrased so simply and directly at you that you feel it in your bones. It's like you feel like you just want to cry when you read this one or two sentence. It pertains to your soul. It pertains to your life path purpose, and it's going to be life altering in a huge way. That's part of what this treasure is. Then by all of that being said and done, you realize what life is all about, that connection of energy and not caring what other people think, and following your dream and your purpose, and know you have value and know you matter regardless. You matter, and you're worthy of the greatest dreams. It doesn't matter your education, your job, where you're from, any of that. It's who you are deep down. And you bump into this treasure. You just all of a sudden, I'm seeing a myriad of things. I'm seeing inheritances. I'm seeing court wins. I'm seeing you getting the dream job, a contract, somebody just seeing something and wanting you to write for their company, and all of this. I just see a lot of finances coming in. So let's see what your overarching energy is. 4 of Cups. So I'm loving this too. A beautiful, balanced, emotional state where people are feeling good. They're exchanging, exchanging information, getting on really well. You're feeling like, your cups are full. You feel good. You feel protected. You feel grounded. You feel loved. You feel well appointed in the direction you want to go. You don't, there's none of this, this heaviness or this old permeation of, the struggle and the push, like constantly having to go to make ends meet and all that. That's coming to an end. I feel compelled to pull one more card too. Yeah, see, that was it. The flashover, it's all in your head. We have crazy imaginings due to our ego and our subconscious implants that constantly say, oh, you're not good enough, strong enough, educated enough, blah, 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 blah. Everybody has that, and then the ego chimes in, and then it's magnified. So fears come in, but whatever you're fearing right now, whether it's people talking badly about you at work, or thinking you're going to get fired, or thinking that somebody hates you, or someone's going to leave you or break up with you, it's all in your head. These flashovers come every once in a while when you get that combined subconscious implant that is coupled with your ego, which the ego never rests. It never lets you think that you're complete, that you're good enough, that you have enough, any of that, that you'll measure up. So you get these flashovers and they get magnified in these little molehills. It could be anything. You just having the tiniest spat with your boyfriend or girlfriend, and then all of a sudden you think they're going to break up with you. That's all in your head. Whatever you're thinking about so strongly, some point of disaster or ending is all in your head. Remember that, and don't, the thing is to let it go and say, okay, I acknowledge you. You're a panicked moment. I now release you. Now what can I think about that's good? Level-headed. What is this treasure that's coming, please? I'd like to know about that. What are these words of wisdom I'm going to just envelop soul deep, and it's going to change the trajectory of how I think about things, my life, and get you on this divinely guided path where good things just flow to you because you have gotten rid of those blockages. Your chi is flowing, you feel good, and you realize Nobody else's opinion matters. Absolutely nothing matters. Nobody is completely in your shoes, in your headspace, soul space, and all of that. So very nice. I thank you for your opinions, and that's it. And I'll take that under advisement, and you keep it moving. And then you're going with this beautiful flow of self-acceptance. That's the big part of it. And then all of a sudden, boom, you are aligned with manifesting like a banshee, and things start to arrive for you, and big wins in beautiful ways. So I'm super excited for you, group 3. I love that energy for you. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Get some books. Something's going on. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for watching my video. My name is Melanie, and I post every day because I love and adore you guys. The treasure. I love this card. Oh, she's got a little magic glowing fairy orb. That's so beautiful. And all my links are down below, you guys. I hope you had a good holiday. I hope everything's going good for you. I am going to try against everything, any obstacle that comes my way, to go live. Either if I list this tonight, it'll be tomorrow. If I list it in the morning, then it'll be tonight. Go live on my birthday. It's Black Friday, so I'm not going out anywhere. We'll probably have a nice luncheon in here, but it gives me ample time to connect with you guys. And then I have Indy and Ian here if they want to help out. So love and light to you guys. I'm going to go upload